season as well are the Chinese too. Phaedra Knight alongside me for this one. One last big push for these sides after two very big weekends.
Yes, indeed, and they're both playing quite well. Obviously, the breakout season for Japan, coming back earlier from a 12-point deficit against Great Britain, showing their grit on day two, minimizing their mistakes, and just really being a resilient side.
Grit and resilience, good words for both of these teams.
Absolutely.
Ella Goldsmith in charge for this match in the middle. Mum and Dad are here watching a referee for the first time. Australian in charge. It is the fifth place playoff between China and Japan. And it is Du Jinrong who will get us underway with a shallow, in fact, a too shallow kickoff. Or did it just go 10 metres? In fact, it doesn't matter. It's landed in Japanese hands, so we'll play. And both of these teams have shown a real willingness to do that this weekend. Lots of switches, change of directions, punching holes through the middle. Mei Otani, gee, she's been good for Japan this weekend. Sujisaki, 30-year-old veteran player now. As Otani goes up over halfway. Japan recycle nicely. And out it goes to Honoko Tsutsumi. Outstanding try-scoring form this season for Japan. The angled run and can't keep up with her. China just dragged down. A last stretch by Du Jinrong to bring Tsutsumi to ground.
What was that?
Japan will play it. This has been a nice opening foray from them in attack. Off the restart, a good opening minute, and then the last pass. I've absolutely done them there.
Yeah, their hands failed them in the end, but solid attack by Japan, really doing a good job of moving the ball from edge to edge with precision, with energy.
China say this is by far their best performance of the season. They've made one quarter-final, that was in Perth. Otherwise, they've been in the bottom four each week, so a fifth-place finish for them would be massive for them in their program. And they are pouring forward here with good intent. Leaping over. One is Chen Kan. Outstanding try-scoring form. This is the number 19. They go to the edges again. Ducking under one, Chen Xiying. Japan's defence has been pretty miserly at times as well. Both of these teams struggled against the big guns across the course of the weekend, Australia and New Zealand, but no shame in that, but not struggling here at all. Wang Wanyu, Mei Otani chasing hard to try and bring it back, but Wang Wanyu, who's been leading this Chinese side with real aplomb this weekend, busting out from her own 22 to open the scoring.
Yeah, and you thought Japan did a great job of preserving ball and moving it, but China doing an even better job pulling in the defense here. Japan up in that with good line speed, but they overcommitted here, and just the 2-on-1. Wang Wanyu gritting it out. Look at that stride.
Had a huge workload in Hong Kong last week. The leading carrier in the tournament, 35 carries, the most in a single event all year. She has got some motor on her. Sublime on the field, superlative off it. Colours and sounds of Singapore Sevens. So it's China 5-0. Missed the conversion from in front, which will disappoint. Now from inside their own territory, Japan will have to rebuild again, and they've opened up some nice space once more to streak up through the middle, putting the foot down. Chasers coming, but just the hole opened up, and it's finished superbly by Himawara Matsuda. Great strike from the 20-year-old.
And Matsuda with a powerful injection of speed into the line and the change of direction on that last-minute switch. And man, man, she's turned it on, man. She's motoring up the pitch.
Well, they keep unearthing talent, Japan. They've brought a lot of new players in this season. Their under-18 team is the world schools champion, beat New Zealand and Australia in back-to-back matches to win that title in December. So they have got a development pathway going great guns, and Matsuda, one of those, coming through. Japan go in front 7-5. Now it's China's turn to launch back onto attack with this impressive Wang Yu, the skipper, and now Chinkan again. She's made a really good fist of her time in this red jersey of China. Both teams have been pretty precise as well, considering last game of the weekend, a double-header weekend too. They haven't played last week. China looking to get to the edges again and getting it in the hands of the speeds to Chen on the edge. Gets through one. Wang stayed in. Great support to the skipper. Oh, the offload was there. Du Junrong had done all the work to get there, and then the last second fumble.
Yeah, stringing it together, so many significant phases of play. China really gets down here deep into the territory of Japan, but look at this offload game. They're just nice in support, but just not quite to hands. They'll want that one back.
Coach. Bond. Set. Steady. What was that?
Japan playing on their own goal line, so just a crash ball out from the hard-working Otani. Round the corner they come. Oh, and now it's, having just said not that long ago how precise both teams had been, the Butterfingers have come to light.
Yeah, but perhaps a little bit of fatigue coming into play. It's really late in the day and late in the tournament. They've held it together so well, though. But prime attacking opportunity here for China. Midfield scrum. Weapons on both sides.
Set. Steady.
Options left and right, and they scoop it away to Du Junrong, but again, just the fumble and that fatigue factor, as Phaedra mentioned, becoming evident. And that one's going to go forward off Chinese hands, so Japan scoop it up. A chance for them to go up the other end and strike just before half-time.
Advantage over.
With Sumi it is who goes to ground. China trying to blow through here. Japan protect possession. We're seconds away from the half-time siren. There it is. And now Japan roll forward with Otani, and a neat little bit of footwork again. That ability to change direction at pace. China just wanting to give themselves some breathing room, and a lovely ball like that on the chest of Matsuda will help. Up to the 10-metre line. They come again. So much of the play going through the number 7 with the pink off that scrum cap, Otani.
Ball is there, use it.
Japan have gone a long way upfield now. And now the switch for Honoko Tsutsumi. They worked and worked and worked. And then Tsutsumi, this classy finisher, will go in under the post just before halftime.
Yeah, that was a beautiful switch line run by Tsutsumi. This Japanese attack just unraveled the China defense. You see, they move the ball off of this ruck, and you see the play drawing with ball in both hands, and it just splits right up the middle for Japan. Solid finish to the half.
Had to come from behind, have Japan, the higher ranked of these two teams, looking to finish 5th overall here in Singapore. And it's Japan who'll go into the halftime break with a 14-5 lead over China. Counting down towards our medal matches later in the day. At the moment, it is the women's 5th place playoff. Japan 14, China 5. Japan looking to emulate the work they did in Perth, where they finished their highest ever. That was 5th. China never been that high. Showing some great late season form in their return to the World Series. battering into the defences. Jiang Yutong, and
Off feet.
Japan
Too
will
long.
concede a penalty here.
On now.
China, you feel, need to be next to strike after going ahead early. This is one of the women to do it, but she's been looked after on this occasion. Here's Chen Kan. Quick pick and go from Wang Wanyu. Away they come once more. Zhu Yan up to the 22. Nice patient build up here from the Chinese. And now a lovely bit of footwork. Put the brake on. Bamboozled the Japanese defence. Did Hu Yu to get that important score for China after half-time.
And Ricky, Hu Yu literally ran the Japanese defense out of her shoes. She takes a stab right and then stops on a dime, reverses it and comes back, making simple work of it, but he made the impossible look so easy.
Conversion from in front narrows the gap to just 2 points as Japan leading 14-12.
Thank you.
Ball bounces, sits up nicely for Japan this time. See if they've got another strike in them. Sutsumi. There's a little bit of starch in this Chinese defence, and that's some of the puff running out of
That's
Japan a
right,
little bit. Hana Nagata, and it's been stolen away here. Here's the try scorer Hu, and away they come again. A chance for China to go back in front here. Strong start to the second half. Looking to get to the edges and around the outside. Just dragged down was Li Zhang. And then the ball left behind, and it has been swooped upon. Down the edge, not quite enough gap, weaving away. Back in field was Sujisaki. Holes opening up for Japan now. Onoko. China scrambling and desperate. Quick pick and go once more. Japan have got too many numbers. When they needed him, it's Hana Nagata that comes up with it, but the play, the steal, right up the other end. The Kenyans and Japanese all come together to enjoy that one.
And Utsumi with the big try, but it all started here. This valiant defensive effort. And what a heads-up play to see that ball out. Sujisaki with the big runs, cuts in, doesn't have the gas to finish, but this young lady certainly does. What a team try. I mean, that's a big effort.
Well, we sometimes underestimate with that, don't we? That effort of teammates to get there and support, to make that big play for your team. 21-12. Japan have taken back some control, just as it looked like China were trying to get all just about on top of them in this fifth place playoff. Still 3 minutes to play though. China still looking full of running, and here they come again. Back and forth we go. China trying to exploit the Japanese defence in the late stages of the tournament, of the weekend. No way through that defence though. And Japan will get a penalty.
Yeah, they got in good position. They had numbers at the ruck. They committed, and now they're going to slow it down.
We'll go
Time
now.
for a little slow dance.
Play.
Tap and go from Taniyama. Japan here can control that time on the clock now too. A little bit of breathing space, or stopped in her tracks is Taniyama. Good tackle. Both teams have just been, as we said at the start, full of effort, full of grit in the late stages of the weekend. Nagata with that decisive score and a good offload too. Just tipped up, needed to be made. That tackle on Sutsumi by
Play
Wang.
on, no ruck. Backwards by Ren.
Play on for China here though. Opportunity comes their way. They need to score and score quickly. Goes to ground in the hands of Jiang, and then it's been lost again, and now Japan will have them backpedaling, weaving and jinking, trying to find a hole. Taniyama, support run comes in the form of Nagata, and then again into the hands. It's a grit of the teeth for Mao Ishida, so close to the line, on the line. They'll check it to see if Mao Ishida got there.
I'm just going to check if we got the try. Rach, Timo, try yes or no, please.
Checking for you now, Ella.
And the tenacity of this Japanese defense to turn the ball over, and
Ella, I have a decision for you. You may award the try.
But she did.
Try is given, made a dynamic movement, and gets her first career try in Japanese colours. Only made her debut last weekend in Mao Ishida, and now on the score sheet here in Singapore. Points to 12 now. Really come up with the goods that we've seen so often from them this season in these final couple of minutes.
In and out a little bit, okay? Back.
Backwards for China. For Jichen. It's just unravelled a little bit for them. There's so much pressure from the Japanese. But this is still a great weekend for China.
Use it!
It's a big jump up. With some of their key players not available this last couple of weekends as well. Really showing the depth that they too are building in their program. Playing from behind their own goalpost now and then. That's probably just a safe option for Wang Wanyu. She's actually got good distance on this, considering she was well in her own goal area. Sujisaki, she's been good too. This weekend, Sujisaki can't find Ishida, but they were actually playing under advantage. Playing well in front of the kicker.
Japan here definitely going to look for another score.
Yes, yeah. Make sure if you want to tap, if you want that game to end, must tap first. Okay.
I think Emi Tanaka is going to go in for oranges and be done. The end of two very long weekends and a great finish for Japan. Their equal best ever finish at an HSBC